Ezekiel Kralin wrote, Totally Zilch. That's the title of this. It begins email correspondence July 15th and 16th, 2023. Subject. George Dennis referred me to you regarding Mike Sewers. To Deputy Connor Rhodes, date July 15th. Dear Deputy Rhodes, George Dennis recommended you to me regarding Mike Sewers' bigoted rants on the MCN discussion list and now the announcement list as well. I have been the main target of his attacks for almost 2 years now on the discussion list. I am an LGBT activist out of San Francisco who participates on both lists because I have friends up there myself, one of whom invited me to join. I have just filed a hate crime report on him here in San Francisco, case number and then a line of X's here rather than put the actual number for some reason. I don't know why. He continues. I've also contacted the FBI, but since it's the weekend, they won't get back to me until Monday. Now I'm contacting you. His offense I'm reporting is that he has distributed hateful flyers against me around my neighborhood, including on my block, one of which was slipped under the front gate of my apartment building. It includes my street address, phone number, and an email address. Fortunately, that's my old phone number, which I've changed 3 years ago. I had no idea Mr. Sewers had distributed hate notices until another resident in my building informed me on Thursday, so he texted me a picture of the flyer. See attachment. However, Sewers had threatened to do exactly this some months back, and not just in my neighborhood, but in other areas of the city. I've also downloaded a whole slew of his threatening, intimidating posts toward me over the past 2 years on the discussion list, as well as via private mail. I can show you a good sampling of them if you'd like. In fact, you can view them anytime you want on my Google Drive, link provided, which reveal typical neo-Nazi bigotry, especially homophobia and racism, since he uses fake names on these lists, and the MCN admin does not keep archives. I realize it's difficult to build a case against him. Hopefully my own hate crime report will help in seeing justice done. Please add it to your records, along with George Dennis's. As an LGBT activist, I am more than acquainted with online threats and doxing, but this is the first time anyone has brought the attacks against me into real life. Thank you for your attention. Signed, Zeke Kralin. Subject. Regarding your quasi-picaresque autobiographical tales, to Mel Porter, date July 16th morning. On July 16, 2023, Mel Porter wrote, Thank you for the kind words regarding the cocaine chapter. I'm doing it in between a million other things, and the encouragement is appreciated. I'm hoping to find a literary agent who might be interested when the entire book is finished. There are some very exciting and cinematic events coming up that will blow your mind. I replied, Your writing is brilliant, definitely publishable material of high quality. Keep up the great work. I look forward very much to these upcoming events that will blow my mind even more than your previous 12 chapters. I know Marshall likes your work because he rarely allows more than 15 minutes to narrate any author's piece, but now I'm curious. What would be the legal implications if you're revealing your drug production and distribution activities to the public at large, if any? Would any literary agent feel obligated to immediately report you? I'd think using a pseudonym and presenting it as a work of fiction might be the best way to go, but what do I know? You are obviously a man who knows how to take care of himself. In addition, what a great blockbuster movie this would make. Much comedy, one cliffhanger after another, and fascinating details about drug production and distribution, populated by very colorful characters. No question as to the quality of your tales. Finding a literary agent is, however, a different ball of wax. You might consider self-publishing. Authors of your caliber have actually succeeded amazingly well with that approach. I recommend Friesen Press. They're based in Canada and was the only company that would even touch my gay-themed work among the self-publishing businesses out there. My book is entitled Free Me From This Bond. Friesen, Friesen Press's self-publishing branch, at least one of them, is on Vancouver Island. My publishing agent was Maureen Solomon. I haven't been in touch with her for a few years now, but maybe you should contact her. Tell her I recommended Friesen Press to you. My book has not sold very well. Only 6 bought since it came out in 2014, but that's mainly because I lack the finances to go on book tours and pay for advertising in targeted media. It was only thanks to a small inheritance from my parents' passing that I got enough moolah to publish in the first place, but I continue to pay the annual sum to keep my novel on the virtual bookshelves, It looks like my gay activism, as it gets more recognized, will be my ticket to book sales eventually. Hopefully, I won't have to wait until I'm 118 years old before I get there. And regarding urgent, Mike Sewers has distributed hate notices about me along my block and I guess elsewhere. Bang! To Alden Hope. Date July 16th afternoon. Alden Hope wrote, "The owner needs to know that the heat isn't working correctly and the security camera is not working at all. The second puts all of the tenants at risk of danger." I replied, "The owner doesn't give a flying fuck and only gets off his ass when the building inspectors begin firing him." Alden Hope wrote, "Considering that someone got in and posted his threatening flyer right there." I replied, "No, he didn't get inside. He slipped the flyer through the front gate." Reminder, the flyer claimed I am willfully spreading AIDS to young black men and included my name and phone number. But it's not beyond the realm of possibility that he'll freely enter dressed as a UPS worker or Amazon agent with a box in his arms or a food delivery service, etc. The gate is left wide open during weekdays because of workers hired to make improvements or repairs, particularly those installing our new elevator these days, which has been going on for months. In other words, security for this building is totally zilch. To be continued.